So the last two videos, we were working on creating a simple budgeting app for both iOS and Android without writing a single line of code. After all that work that we've done, we got to see it through. So in this video, we're actually gonna try to deploy the app on the iOS and the Android store, and I'm gonna walk you through the step-by-step of how to get it done. So this is the list of everything that we're going to work on. You're going to have to create your EAS account, your Apple developer account. Next on the list is the Google Play developer account. And then the final one on the list is your Google service account. So now we're going to go into Cursor and start configuring the application so that we can successfully deploy it to the App Store. I'll go to my terminal in Cursor, paste that command there. This is just going to install the EAS CLI globally in my computer. While it's doing that, I am going to go copy the EAS login. Once you've created your EAS account, you would obviously have your credential and your login and all those things. And this is what we're going to need here. So the package is successfully installed. EAS login. This is going to prompt me to log into my EAS account. I'm already logged in. That's what it's saying here. So I just click yes. And then it's going to ask me for my email. Put in the email that you use to register. So I'll click that and then it'll ask for my password. And now it's actually gonna log me in. So now I'm logged in. We are going to configure the build. What this is going to do is it's going to create a eas.json file for us. Just pay attention here. Once this is done, it will create it for us. So would you like to automatically create the EAS project? What this is going to do, if I go back to here, as you can see, there is no budgeting project here. When I go back to Cursor and I say yes, now it's creating that for us. If I go back to EAS and I reload this, it should come up at some point. Oh, there it is, right there. It's created that for us. So when I go back to Cursor, it said, which platform would you like to configure it for? In this case, we want to do it for both iOS and Android. So I'm just going to click all. And now the project is ready. It's configured. This is the new folder that it's created. As you can see there, it has a development build. It has a preview and it has a production build that we can use for iOS and Android. The next thing that we need to do is build the application for all platforms. That's how easy it is. So I just go back here, control paste. While it's doing that, I'm actually going to go into EAS right there, that project. You can see here, that's what the dashboard looks like. This is all my builds. So when this starts loading and starts building them, it's going to show in that location, all that. So it's saying, would you like your application ID to be this? Make sure you keep this because this is going to be very important and we're going to use it in the future. And I say generate Android key. Yes. So now it's building the Android version for us. If I go back to EAS, there it is. So now Android is actually being built. You can see there, Android Play Store build 1. So now it's doing the same thing for iOS. Enter, yes, that's what I want. Remember, this is going to be very important for us for next time because that's what we're going to use to set up the application in the stores. Would you like to log into your Apple Store account? Yes. So I'll just put my email. It's going to ask me for my password. I'm going to input my password. Android is being built and the iOS is being built. We go back to EAS build. You can see here that they're both being built. So I will be back once they are completed. So the iOS and Android build is complete, as you can see right there. So we're going to go back to EAS. As you can see, they're all completed right there. So if we go in here, this is just something to pay attention to. You can actually download the IPA and upload it if you want. You can do the exact same thing for the Android. You can download the AAB file and you can upload them manually if you want it, but we're not going to do that. You can if you want to actually upload them manually or whatever, you can actually download them and just upload. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go create the application on the stores. The first one we're going to go to is the Apple Store. So we're going to go to Apple Store. We're going to go create new application. The name of the application is going to be Budgeting. That's the name of the application. It's going to be for iOS. We choose language. You choose obviously your language. Mine is going to be English Canada. The bundle ID. This is the very cool thing about Expo EAS. So it's already created it for us. It's done that for us. So we just select that. That's the budgeting ID. If you remember, I mentioned earlier. And then this 10, then we just click create. So now this is going to create the application for us on iOS. This is the application and everything. TestFlight. This is where we're going to upload our first build. We are going to go back here and we're going to upload it for iOS. And this is to submit it specifically for iOS. It will ask all these questions, so we select yep, because we already have a build, right? And remember, this is the build that we just submitted. And we just click yep. And it's going to ask these questions. Yep. So it's submitting it for us. So now it's submitting the application on the Apple Store. And you see how you don't have to do the manual work and all that. So we'll just wait a few minutes. Once it's uploaded here, we should be able to see the application here in TestFlight. So EAS have successfully submitted the app for us to the Apple App Store. And it's now available in TestFlight. We just have to fill out this status here. So in my case, I'm going to choose the last one. Save. So now this is going to be available in my TestFlight for me to test this. I'm going to invite a tester, in this case, which would be myself, internal tester. So internal tester, I'll click create and add however many people you want to add, whoever you want to add. In this case, I'm going to add myself, add it. And then if I go back to here, now I am added there. As you can see, the group. So now I can actually test this on my TestFlight. As you can see here, I got the notification from the App Store and it's ready there for TestFlight. So I'm just going to go to TestFlight and it's saying view in TestFlight. So if I click there, this is the application, as you can see. So I'll just install it. And boom. The application is installed on my iOS device. So we successfully deployed the application to the iOS App Store. And you saw how straightforward it is. For the most part, EAS handles the hard work for you. You just have to follow the instructions and everything like that, create your account and all those things. Once you get all set up, EAS really does like majority of the work for you. So now we're going to jump on to do the same thing for Android. So for Android, we have to do the same thing. We would have to create the application. The name of the application is Budget 10 US. It's an application. The application is free. Confirm, create the application. So now the application is created. So all you need to do is go to console.cloud.google.com, create a new project. In this case, the name of the project, we can call it, and we'll just create it. So now it's creating the budgeting project for us. Okay, so it's created. We'll click the project and then we'll come here, APIs and services. Under credentials, we're going to create a new credential. In this case, it would be a service account. Budgeting service Expo. Click done. So now this will create the service account for us. So we will copy this email and the service account to manage. So we'll manage the service account, and then we'll click manage keys, and then add a key, create new key. We'll create this in JSON format. So now it's going to download this for us. We'll just call it the budgeting, and right here we'll just download it. And I'll just save it in the same location as my file, so my app. So I'll save it there. Now it's saved. Remember, I copied that email. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Google Console and then we'll go to users and permission. And here we're actually going to invite a new user, and we're going to paste that email that I copied from there. And we don't have to set an expiry date. We'll add an app to it. In this case, this is the app that we're going to add. Apply. So these are the access you're going to have to grant, and then we'll click apply. Now the app has that access, and we'll just invite the user, send invitation. So now that user is added and invited to that specific app and project. But the next step is to actually go and install that API. If we go back, it should be under enable API and services. Search for that specific API, and we want to enable that. So now that API is enabled, so if we go to the builds and we go to the Android build, the first submission needs to be done manually. So we're just going to download the Android Play Store build, and this is only for Android. And then if we go to the dashboard, so now we should be able to upload a bundle. If we go into close testing and it's asking for a new release, we'll just go here and then we'll choose a signing key. Okay, so and then now we're going to upload. Remember that download that we had, this right here, this download, upload it. So now it's uploading it to the App Store. The application has been successfully uploaded to the Google Play Store. So we'll just click next here. And there's errors and so on. And you can obviously figure that out and everything like that. So in my case, the error is no country and region. Yeah, so most of these, you can figure that out for yourself. And there you have it. So in this video, we're able to deploy the application on the Android store and the iOS App Store. I showed you the step-by-step of how to build the app from zero without writing a single line of code, and now they're actually deployed on the App Store. Obviously, there's still a process where you have to go in and put your description, put your screenshots, answer questions with the stores. I can do that for my next video. Just let me know in the comment if I should make one and actually submit the app to the App Store. I wasn't planning on submitting them, but if you guys want me to submit them and show the step-by-step of how to submit it, then I might have to get it done. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Have a great day. Peace.